Hello you all, welcome back to another video. My name is Rayshawn. For those of you who don't know me, people call me Ray. So in today's video, I will be showing you my top 5 powders for women of color. These are powders that I tried and true. These are powders that I use all the time. I interchange them and I really feel like these are some of the best powders. Granted, there are a lot of powders on the market, but these powders here are some of the best of the best. Okay, and I'm only gonna go through 5. I have some more, but I'm just gonna go through 5 of my top 5 finishing powders, or just face powders, foundation powders, however you wanna call it. We're gonna go ahead and discuss them, and I'm gonna give you the reasons as to why these powders are just awesome and amazing and why you need these powders in your kit. I used to work in retail and I'd be outside and people see my makeup. The first question they ask is either what foundation are you using or what powder do you use? Now, as a dark skinned woman, I get this question a lot because it's so hard to find powders for dark skinned women that actually look good on the skin, that is not ashy or gonna make her look ashy, gray, or any of that. So women ask me a lot, what powders do you use? And I used to get this question so often, like all too often, okay? So I wanna share that with you all today. If you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to my channel right now. If you are new here, check out some of my videos, and if you like what you see, you can subscribe too. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when I upload a new video. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into what powders I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and jump straight into this video. First powder that I'm going to be talking about is a tried and true powder. I have been using this powder for years. I will never not use this powder. This is one of my favorite powders. I feel like this powder will always be a favorite of mine. I will always get it. And I am talking about the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. This one is in the shade called Dark 40. So Dark 40 is my all over face powder color. And I use this to set my makeup. I used to use this to set my makeup. I used to use it all the time. Every so often, every now and again, I will pick this powder up and I will use this powder because I do like it. When this powder came out, this was, every time I ran out, I bought it again. Every time I ran out, I bought it again. And I also use the number 30 in this powder as well to set underneath my eyes. So if you're looking for an affordable powder, Maybelline definitely have their loose finishing powders, which are really good. Some of the best loose finishing powders on the drugstore market, if you ask me. Not talking about press, but loose. Maybelline has some of the best ones, and I just really like it. So again, mine is in the shade Dark 40, and I do use this as an all-over face powder, and I use the number 30 to set underneath my eyes, just in case you want. So another powder that I want to talk about is a powder that I use often. I again interchange this powder. I use it every now and again, and this is the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. This is it right here. Mine is in the shade Deep. So if you are darker than me, they do have a powder that is darker than this. They have definitely extended their range since, which I'm very happy about because I can actually use a darker shade if I really wanted to, but this powder is really good. This one is definitely a good one. If you like the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, then you will love this one, only $20. Real. That I want to talk about that I have used on my channel a few times, but this powder is recent. It's kind of recent to me, but I really like this powder. I actually got it to set underneath my eyes, but I realized that, hey, I can just use it as a face powder, which I like because, again, I don't have too many. This is the One Size Beauty Ultimate Setting Powder. This is how it looks right here, and this one is in the shade Dark Deep. I originally got this powder because I thought that I could use it for underneath my eyes to set, but I was like, it's a little bit too dark for underneath my eyes, so I'll just use it as an all-over face powder, and it works perfectly. And I like the fact that it is loose because I don't have too many loose finishing powders for my face. Mainly, all of my finishing powders for my face are all compact, so I was like, okay, well, that's a good change because this is a loose finishing powder, and I just feel like it spreads evenly, and it's a very thin powder. Size Beauty does have a translucent powder that I absolutely love, and that is the shade that I use to set underneath my eyes. But the One Size Beauty Dark Deep, you will like this. And it doesn't add too much coverage, but it adds just enough, and it doesn't leave the face oily or greasy. It sets perfectly. I love that powder. Next, I want to talk about another powder that I like. I actually fell in love with this powder. When I first bought it, I didn't. But then after a while, I was like, okay, I like this powder. And this is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. Yes, this is a powder foundation, and mine is in the shade 450. Now, you can use this powder, you know, all over your face as your first step as a foundation, but I use it to set my makeup. Some girls even choose a lighter color and they'll set underneath their eyes. So you can do whatever you want to do with it. Some people will buy even deeper color than their complexion and use it as a bronzer or contour. So you can do whatever you want. I use mine as an all over face powder, like I said. This is how the powder looks on the inside. It does come with a little spongy thing, but this powder is just so good. I love this powder. I use it all the time. I even sometimes carry it in my purse. This powder is perfect when I want like a little bit more coverage on my face. If I feel like, you know, some spaces or some spots have not been covered, the foundation didn't do a good enough job, I will use this and then set my makeup. My makeup will be set in place. Love the Fenty Beauty brand because they are very inclusive. They have so many shades from light to deepest dark. You will definitely find a shade in it. Okay, so last but not least, I want to talk about one more powder, and this is my absolute favorite powder, and I use this powder more than anything, just so often, but I love it. And this is my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Complexion Perfecting Macro Powder. This one is in the shade number 4. I use this powder a lot, okay? And as you can see, I am hitting pan on my powder, so I definitely do need myself a new one. Most of my foundations are kind of like full coverage, but they're lightweight, but they're full coverage nonetheless. And I like to use my Charlotte Tilbury powder to set my makeup because it's not going to add any coverage. It's literally just going to set the makeup and that's it. My makeup is going to still look flawless and beautiful without any type of interruption or interference, and I love that about this powder. If I find myself getting oily throughout the day, no matter what foundation I'm using, if I find myself getting oily, this powder I noticed is the powder that will actually suck those oils right in and make my makeup look like new. This powder I find is like a refresher powder. It's like a refresher powder for your face, because when I find myself getting oily, I literally take this powder, whether it be by my nose, my face, and my makeup look like it just looks brand new. So I love this powder. This is a perfect powder to like keep in your purse, like legit, literally. If you got it, take it with you wherever you go if you get oily, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. This powder is like a refresher. I'm telling you, like, it is so good. I use it all the time. Again, mine is in the shade dark 4. It doesn't add any type of coverage. It's not dark. It doesn't add any type of color to my skin. It just set my makeup. Okay, you all, so that concludes the end of this video. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it was informative for you all. I really wanted to come on here and show you some of my top 5 powders that I just absolutely love. I use them all the time. Again, I know there are a plethora of powders on the market, but when I tell you these powders are tried and true, they will always be around. To me, they are cult favorites. I don't see them going anywhere. They are amazing. Okay, so make sure you get your hands on one of these or some of these. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell so that you'll be notified when I upload a new video, and I will see you all in my next video. I love you all. Bye.